We're gonna do a song that you never heard before.
The volume.
Here they come and get wicked. Here we go again.
It's Kennedy, my brother from another mother.
What's good, bro?
Yo, you know it's crazy, man. We got some weird stuff going on out here, man. Apparently, they had some active. They said it was an active shooter, but
Yeah.
I don't know if it was an active shooter, but they said that somebody then hijacked the Gwinnett Transit and got out here on the highway and rammed through about 30 cars out here, though, bro. Going down out here, they.
Y'all good
Yeah,
though,
yeah,
right?
yeah. We straight. I guess that's one of the perks of working from home. You ain't got to worry about leaving the spot, though. Something crazy happened. You should be good, though. So, hey.
Right. Yeah, it'd be crazy to say if you had an active shooter at your job and it was in your house.
Oh, man. Listen, let me tell you, bro. Yeah. Shoot at my job. That probably is the research department going ham out here.
I know. I know. That's why I say.
Hey, man. Let's get
What's
that
up?
music going on, man. We got some things to talk about, bro.
Oh man, we got some things to talk about.
And I don't see that it's live on the what you call it either, though, man. Yeah, if you were playing the music, I told you, I think that sometimes I couldn't hear the music. So if you played it, I didn't hear none of the intro. Usually I'm good for it, though.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. Yeah, I played it.
Well, listen, if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to the Slash Brothers YouTube and Facebook pages as we are live on both platforms at the same time. You click on the notification, click on the bell, you get the heads up whenever your boys is doing their thing. Hey, Kennedy. I meant to ask you though, by chance, did you watch the Ray J interview with Club Shay Shay?
No, I didn't watch that one. I didn't watch his on
Breakfast
Jason
Club.
Lee. I watched a little bit of the Breakfast Club. I ain't watched Jason Lee's either.
Listen, I'm just kind of curious, right? So
Mhm.
maybe, like, I'm just kind of curious on, like, what exactly did, and listen, by all means, this is gonna not sound like a bad thing, but what exactly does Ray J have going on currently that he's on this like press tour, right? Like he's did the Club Shay Shay thing. He's now
Mhm.
with Jason Lee, and I didn't watch any of them. I've seen some clips from the different interviews, though, man. But what does he got going on that warrants this current wave of attention?
Tronics TV.
Phonics TV,
Tronics.
Tronics TV.
Yeah, so Tronics
What is
TV is so think love and hip hop to the umpteenth degree, where it's like they promote the fights, like they want people to fight on there. Like it is about the fight, like, and they can get physical on there.
So it's
There
like
are,
Bad Girl Club.
I guess you can say that. I've never really seen Bad Girls Club, but I think that's around the element of it. But yeah, so so much so there's so much violence on it that they rival with Zeus. They go back and forth with Zeus, and that he has a beef with the owner of Zeus. but so much so to where Brandy don't even like want him around for stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like she's just like, man, I don't even want the energy because Ray J comes, they have cameras shooting at all times. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? And
right.
so Brandy's like, nah, I don't even want that type of energy around. It's crazy because he was saying that some of his people had been to some events that Brandy was at and was like telling him about it, and he was like, dang, I ain't even get that invite. So that's what he's got going
Yeah.
on. And then, of course, anytime you go to Club Shay Shay, you say something on there, and then so of course everybody want to interview you after that. So Ray J is very much a promotion machine. You know what I'm saying? If you have him on for something, you gonna definitely end up with a sound bite or two. But I think I've heard it all from Ray J. Nothing against him. I think he does an excellent job on promotion, and like I said, he is a walking promotion himself. He don't necessarily have nothing going on. He's like a milder version of Draco. You know what I'm saying? So
That's a good comparison because I saw him the other day with the not the other day, last week. He had the tattoos in his face. And it made it look like, what I'm saying, it was a real thing. Then he don't got the tattoos now. And I was just like, yeah. Part of it almost makes me think that if you see him popping out, then it's some kind of so a lot of times it's weird because I often just like with Soldier Boy, right? I don't know how serious to take him when there's always a thing when you do see him pop out though, bro. So I don't know, bro. That's why I was wondering, like, what do you got going on there, bro?
nah, just yeah, he just promoting Tronics.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Uh
listen, in recently, I don't know if you saw it. I guess the Republicans kind of finally got their wish. The boy Jovante Biden's son found guilty on the gun charges. Let me ask you though, man. What does that mean to you? What is it? What do you think is going to be the outcome of that? What's happening with that?
I think he'll get pardoned. I mean,
That's
I'm
simple.
gonna be honest. That's simple. My thing is this, bro. I wasn't invested before it happened. Like I didn't matter to me. Like people want to say, "Well, oh, that's your son. You can't control your son. How you gonna control the country?" It's like, bro, it's almost over, bro. Like just pardon his son because at 45, uh, if he gets some sort, because he's already got convicted of stuff. He's a convicted felon, and he's going to do appeals. So then by the time the appeals come by, if he ends up being 47, then uh he gonna pardon himself. So that's what I'm saying. Like you might as well just pardon your son as a pardon gift and keep it pushing, bro.
I think that this is the thing. I am kind of curious though, right? Because I guess to me, I haven't been following along with this one, nor have I cared enough to follow along with it enough to understand the extent of the charges, what the significance means, but also now that he's being charged, like this is something that's been going on for some years, right? So
Mhm.
I'm thinking like, all right, well now that he's been found guilty of it, right? What is the for a Republican who's really been waiting for this day, right? I just wonder now that it's come, like what exactly are they expecting to see happen? Like, are they saying, "Oh, okay, well, let's just say even if he worst case scenario, he goes to jail, right? He goes to jail, he's whatever he's found guilty. Like, it doesn't change the country, it doesn't change. It never changed my day to day. That's why I didn't care one way or the other. But I am kind of curious. There were a lot of people invested in this particular trial, though, bro. And I'm just kind of curious on what they were expecting to happen before and what they expect to happen now.
Yeah, but you got to understand for them, it's all, well, see, Trump was right about this. So if he was right about this, what else is he right about? You know what I'm saying? Like now they're gonna be trying to go after Hillary. Now they're gonna be trying to go back after Obama. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's a win for them for the fact that okay, we are finally sticking it to the Democrats.
Yeah. So let me ask you this though. So this is another thing that we're talking about courts and pleas. So I don't know if you've been following along. I've been following along loosely with the Young Thug trial, bro. And
Mhm.
it is probably, listen, Netflix needs to have a documentary on the Young Thug trial because
Yeah.
listen, thoroughly entertaining. It's comical. It has a lot of layers and a lot of the ingredients that make good documentaries, right? So just the other day, his lawyer was basically found to be in contempt of court, basically, though. So he gets locked up, right? And says, "Hey, since you locking me up, won't you lock me up with Thug then? Let me sit with Thug, right?" Which, listen, by the way, it automatically makes him the go-to hip hop lawyer. If you are from the South, Atlanta specifically, and your lawyer is willing to go ahead and be held in contempt because he didn't want to divulge information about how he found out about I guess, a meeting between the judge and someone else that I believe. And he just said, listen, hold me in contempt if you want to, though, bro. I'm good. But I'm not giving up that information. And by the way, if you're going to go ahead and do it, let me sit with my client though, man. And because I'm not gonna be there to represent my guy, let's go ahead and do a mistrial for this right now. If you're not gonna listen, bro, he has a permanent invite to the cookout. Whatever the cookout is that everybody refers to, he is there though, bro. He has a first rate pass to come on over to there though, man.
First seat Hall of Famer at the cookout, huh?
First seat. He is listen though, bro. He is like to me, he is the equivalent of how if there is any civil unjust and civil cases, everybody goes and get Ben Crump. Right? He is there every single time. And the same way how I think a lot of people thought that like Johnny Cochran would be the go-to because he had OJ beat that
Mhm.
case, so right? I think that this dude is like that, though, bro. He is gonna be one of them dudes. But I think specifically for Atlanta, though, bro, I just don't know how, given that action, how you just be like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna pass on him. If you can afford him, bro, he's the go-to, though, bro.
Yeah, no, I get that. Especially, when you got somebody that's willing to fight for you like that. So
Facts, facts. Yeah, I thought it was absolutely. Listen, like I said, the whole entire thing has been mind blowing, but that was one of those things that I just wasn't expecting. Now, the people that are taking the stand are absolutely hilarious, and that's the one thing I can appreciate. So, it does make me look at it. Does make me look at Gunna differently now. Not too much of a like, but I understand some things more now. So all of the people who've gone up there who they've tried to get to testify against Thug have basically been like, I didn't see nothing. One dude was like, I can barely even see. I can't even see your face. Uh, all of the people who've gotten up there, they've done what they were supposed to do. Which
right.
also tells me that if Gunner has gotten up there and people's like, oh, Gunner's a rat, blah, 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 blah. I think no. I think Gunner did what he was supposed to do. I think that overall, not to say there was collusion, but there's no way I think that Gunner gets up there on the stands and goes at a different path than what everybody. I think that it's all part of the same thing. So for me, I look at I don't look at usually when we grew up, it was like taking the stands was enough. You just don't. You take it whatever penalty, that's just it though, man. And I think that was the reason why somebody like Young Boosie was the boy, not Young Boosie, Lil Boosie was mad. But I think that was all planned though, bro. Because these boys is up there, grade A cutting the fool on the stand though, bro. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's definitely been an interesting trial, and you know, I'm just wondering what's gonna happen because there seems to be so much going on. You might as well call it a mistrial. What you think?
Listen, it wouldn't be out of the realm to call it a mistrial But I think that then they're gonna, retry it as well, though. So I don't know, man. But then if you call it a mistrial, does that free Thug then, or I don't know what the rules of a mistrial are, but I think that that would be something that I'd be interested in knowing, though. If you do it as a mistrial, does that mean that the whole thing is thrown out? Because what new evidence are you going to show to prove his guilt that you didn't already have? That's my biggest thing. And I've watched enough TV shows with lawyers involved with it, and the Lincoln lawyer to know that that seems to be how it works. I'm not a law expert. I just watch a lot of law shows though, man. And listen, I don't know if it's just me, but I'm about to say you was freezing up, and this Wi-Fi over here is undefeated though, bro. So you was pixelated like a mug just a second ago.
No, I had to switch my so I keep my stuff on an extender and it was connected to my other Wi-Fi. So I was getting this message. So I had to switch it.
Ah, ah. I switched mine to
What
where
we got
now
for
I'm
today for
right
today?
next to my. What's up?
So what we got for today?
And listen, man, the Mavs cook down 2-0. They headed back to Dallas. Are they done though?
No, no, they're not done. The only way they'd be done if they lose tonight, they're done. Because it's still 2-0. They're going home. Porzingis is shaky. Tatum still ain't playing up to par. All it's gonna take is for Kyrie to have a great game. Luka's bound to have a great game. Dallas just has to play better. Period. They gonna have to do something with Drew Holiday, but no, they're not cooked. They won't be cooked unless they lose tonight. What you think?
I'm gonna keep it a stack. I think overall they cook. They cook low and slow like some collard greens, bro. When I say that, bro, I say that. Listen, you down 2-0. I'd like to believe that is especially, and I've never done the statistics check on this, but I'd like to believe that you have a better chance of winning the series as the away team when you steal one of the first two games from from the other team. So you go to Boston, you steal one. I think that you might be safe then, though, right? But I think going down 2-0, here's the thing that I'm very surprised about. What I'm very surprised about is I'm very surprised that Jason Kidd has not made any good adjustments yet. Because here, I think it's mind blowing that you are clearly missing shooting and you haven't found a way to get Tim Hardaway Jr. on the court. And he's your shooter, basically, though. So but he hasn't made any kind of adjustments that I would think, oh, these are like game changing adjustments, nothing. So because of that, maybe it's just like, hey, what we got is what we got. And that I can only go with that. Now, I'm sure I can see Kyrie turning up. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, though, man, I guess I'm just saying, like, I posted the other day that the Mavs are playing like it's a regular season game. Like they're playing like they got another tomorrow and another tomorrow. And I'm thinking, like, well, listen, whatever you can do, why aren't you doing that though? Right? If you've saved a little bit in the tank for the rest, if you were, playing in spots for the regular season, playoffs, well, now is when you put it all out there on the line, though, man. So I don't know, bro. I think that the Mavs are done, and I was hoping that it would go 6 games, 7 games. Didn't really care one way or the other, though, man. But I think they done, though, bro.
I'm gonna keep it all the way funky with you. I ain't really watched the games anyway.
I
So
didn't either.
yeah,
I think I started watching the games at the third quarter and maybe halfway through the third quarter. By the time I've been watching the games, the Mavs have already been down by so much that I was just like,
it just hasn't been a priority. Like if I've flipped to it a couple of times, but not invested. Like it ain't even about the Thunder not being there. It's just I'm not excited about them two playing. Like I said, it was like I will say that the win was taken out of my cells for basketball after the Thunder got out. Like just a real good season and not salty. Like, rightfully so. We lost, whatever, like that. I'm excited for next year already. But it was just like the season's over and it's just over for me. Like, I mean, that it just it was such a great season that I was just like, all right, I'm good.
I get what you mean. I get what you mean. I don't know, but listen. Let me ask you this though. I'm with you as well. I don't really care one way or the other. But if I had to say who I thought if they was good, they could. I don't really see them making any adjustments. And listen, for that matter, like even when they were like Luka's the only one doing something, I'm thinking like bro had like one assist. Like he was not passing the ball at all. Like nobody on the Mavs had a high number of assists. And so, let me ask you this though. Let me
Mhm.
ask you this. Okay. Do you think there's something to the chatter about who's the best player on Boston? Meaning, Jason Tatum hasn't been shooting it particularly well all playoffs long, right? And so throughout the playoffs, Jaylen Brown has been looking like he's been playing the best. And I don't know if that's a reflection that he's the best player, but he's certainly been playing the best. So do you think at all like that? Do you think he's here? I know that you try to mute that kind of noise. You think Jason Tatum's hearing that though?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's hearing it because just like when he responded to the whole Stephen A versus Isaiah Thomas thing, right? He hears it, but it's not his team, it's Tatum's team. When they put up Boston versus somebody, it's Tatum's face because for a reason. He's having a very bad finals and he's having, whatever. But I love what he said. Like, look, I'm still gonna put up my shots, but at the same time, my ego, we winning. So like at the end of the day, my contributions to get us here, and then now the team is taking it on. Like that's what we're supposed to do. If one of us is struggling, the other one's got to take over. It's kind of how we look at Kyrie and Luca, right? If Kyrie is struggling, Luca better pick it up. Or if Luca's struggling, then Kyrie need to pick it up. So it's one of them things. That's why you have the stars on your team. So to me, no, he's not better than Tatum, but at the same time, he is playing better than Tatum right now.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I like him better than Tatum. I
I know
always
you
have.
do. Yeah.
But I think the thing that the thing I think that's the most interesting to me about that too, right, is that I'm gonna say respectfully, I I for some reason I thought that that mattered to Jason Tatum. Like I do respect the fact that he said no. I'm gonna continue to play my game. I'm gonna keep trying. But I thought that things like the Finals MVP in their first ring, I thought that mattered to him. And
No, no,
maybe
no,
I don't
no.
feel.
It does matter to him, but I understand his point of at the end of the day, he's not playing well. It's not like he's not trying to play
Yeah,
well. It's just not happening. So at the same time, which one is more important, winning the championship or winning the finals MVP? Which one is more important? I think is winning the championship. Because I don't think if they were to lose the finals, the first thing he gonna be like, dang man, I want finals
yeah,
MVP. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So for me, yes, I'm sure it's eating him alive that I'm on the biggest stage of the biggest stages and I'm not able to perform like I've been doing all year long, how I've been my whole career. The lights are on and my light is dim right now. I don't think that's necessarily like it's not in his head. Of course he would want to win finals MVP. What kid that started out playing basketball from the AAU all the way up to the NBA wants the opportunity of being in the finals, winning the championship, and winning the finals MVP. I think it's all important, but I think the most important is at least just winning the finals.
See, I think that one of the things that would be different, right, is that he's had since his playoff career. See, I get into it with a particular Boston fan in general about this because there's this Jason Tatum doesn't perform in the clutch for the playoffs, right? Where he has more bad games than good games, right? And I used to think that that would matter to him. That okay, yeah, we won it, but how I'm playing matters in the contribution to the win. Like I thought that that would matter to him, and I could be wrong. Like but again, I don't think that that mattered so much to KD or to Steph the first time because I think that it looked like there was a point where it was pretty close and you could have gave it to one or the other. And KD at some point was almost like trying to give it to Steph, though, right? So I didn't think that, but I just for some reason didn't see them two like that though. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Yeah, but I will say I definitely believe that the ring that Steph won after KD was more sweeter than the ones he won with KD.
Sure.
Like,
Absolutely.
like
Yeah.
I think he loved that part in time of playing with somebody of that caliber, but it definitely had to mean something to him. Because even when before KD was there when they won, Steph wasn't Finals MVP.
Yeah.
So
Iguodala was. Yeah.
right. So the fact that he was clearly the best player, they did it without KD after a quick little rebuild of Golden State. Um, yeah, I know that one meant more to him than anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when
I
you
can
think about
say,
it too, I don't know that Golden State is winning another champ in Steph's lifetime. Why are you shaking your
I
head?
don't know. I'm not gonna count him out yet.
Okay, unless you saying KD and LeBron about to join Golden State, they ain't winning another championship in Steph's lifetime, bro.
Okay, so the reason why I say that,
When I say lifetime, with him playing as a member of Golden State.
okay, so I thought that when LeBron went to the Lakers, I thought that he was going there for retirement, and that was just it. And they popped up and won a ring. I think that this is the. I think that here's where I'm at with. I think that if Steph and them are going to win the ring, they would have to do so within the next 2 years, and that's when it's completely shut. And I say the 2 years because I think that given Klay Thompson's injury, I think that he's going to re-sign with them. But I think that his injury is a 2 year recovery, right? So I think that Klay's going to come back and average about 20 points a game. I think that the problem with the Warriors is that the Warriors, that their championship team, right? It was just different. Wiggins just have not been the same, right? I
Kaminga
think
fell off.
that well, you said Kaminga?
Yeah, toward the end of the season. He was good.
I thought that I think that Kaminga can take a more active role and be better. But
He
I
can.
think that I think that where what threw me off for them as well is that who else? So they had Wiggins, who I think was just a complete wash, right? They got the new guy who made first team all rookie Pods, who I think is all right though, man. But I think that to me, once you get rid of Wiggins, and to me, all you need is another, not even superstar kind of player, but somebody who I think is an equivalent to Andrew Wiggins when he's good. And I think that they're right back in there. To me, I think that they're like this. If you put Paul George on the Warriors, I think that you'd be hard for me to believe or seeing another team beating them, just completely beating them.
I that's immediately who I thought about, but I just don't see him leaving the Clippers. And even if he does, he's going to Philly. So uh that's the thing. I 100% thought the same thing. If PG went to Golden State and they was able to retool and get some other functional role players, then yeah, they're right back in the mix because I don't think they bring in Chris Paul back. Uh, so
But
yeah, there's
listen, what?
options.
So this is my thing. Even if Paul George, so this is my thing. If you're Paul George, what would you rather do, right? Would you rather play for Philly, or would you rather? Because I think that to me, there's not an easier route, right? So if that's the case, so you already in Cali, it's hard to leave that Cali sunshine, though, man. And so I think that to me, if I'm PG, I think that your chance, if it's all about the rings, I think that it's just as likely for you to win in Golden State as it is for you to win against the 76ers.
Not necessarily. This is why I say that. For one, he can get more money in Philly. So that is a real big issue for players still too, because these players know that they ain't got much time left. So you trying to make as much money as you possibly can, right? The thing is that he can look at what they did with Russ to know that if they ain't gonna want to pay him the money, they're not gonna be trying to pay the money. The problem is he kind of has leverage a little bit, even though he ain't gonna get what Kawhi's making, because they still are trying to fill up that arena with that new arena. The thing is that you have if Embiid can be helped healthy, and that's always a question. Well, shoot, him being healthy is a question. So if they can be healthy, it's an easier path in the East than it would be in the West.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Because you think about this, though, right? Boston, right now, clearly the best team. The Knicks are still better, and they didn't have Julius Randle, who was hurt for the rest of that season, though, and Jalen Brunson is there, right? I think that then you still get a whole healthy Giannis and Dame playing. I think that you get Jimmy back with the Heat and them rebuild and retooling their team. That's there. I think that then you still have to look at somebody like Orlando, who they were a sleeper, but they're going to get a little bit better as well. They're going to be more seasoned there as well. I think that the only difference to me with the West, right? It's don't get me wrong, the West is going to be harder, but I think that the West, where you win out on the West, is that the West to me has stiffer competition that eliminates each other, right? So it's like, yeah, the Grizzlies are going to be back when John Morant's back, right? The Timberwolves are going, they're there. The Suns, if they, even if you keep that same core, it's still something that you got to deal with. And so I think that, when you look outside that the Lakers, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it would go 7 games, and it's a coin flip on who I think would win between them and the Warriors, though, man. So yeah, there are some great teams out there, and the Nuggets are still going to be the Nuggets. So I think that I don't see anybody who would just wash the Warriors at full health and that one person away, PT on that team. I just don't.
I don't know. That's very dependent on
And
Clay.
it gotta be a two-way player. And let's say if you tell me that Clay's gonna come back and give you 20 a game, because I think that Clay wasn't as bad as people think, bro. He just wasn't what he was. Clay averaged about 16 or 17 points a game, and he previously averaged 20. He just didn't look the same. But I think that his injury is a 2-year injury, though, recovery-wise. And I fully expect for Clay to come back, and I think Clay is going to come back and average 22, bro. 22 is what I expect.
See, speaking of the Lakers, bro, what are we doing with these boys don't have a coach yet?
Man, listen. I think that I'm blown away when I hear people talk about this as a reflection of LeBron, or what does it say about LeBron? And I think that really, when it comes down to it, though, bro, I think that it says a lot about the Lakers front office, right? Because when you look at it, when you look back at it, right, in my lifetime with the Lakers, the last time that I've seen them really be great for a long time, right? When I say great, I mean winning championships multiple times over. Pat Riley, years ago in the 80s, and then Phil Jackson with the Lakers. And the difference to me, when you look at those, is that Pat Riley went on to be a general manager. Phil Jackson went on also to be a general manager at some point. So these are coaches who have more control than what I think that a lot of what these current Laker general managers are willing to give on up. And so I think that, to me, when you go out and you really put them under a microscope, right? And you say, all right, well, over the last like 10 years, right, while you had the boy Frankie V, right, you fired him after he won a championship, 2 years after he won a championship. And he had like 3 years left on his contract. Then you brought in Darwin Ham. He got you to a conference final, and then you fired him 2 years afterwards, right? And so my thing is that then you bring in Hurley, who was offered a contract, and this is the same contract that's around the same number that I believe they said that Kentucky offered him to come on over there.
Kentucky offered him $11 million a year.
Yeah, so then that's that. So then it's like, when you look at the what does it 11 really mean in Cali? $11 million ain't the same in Cali. You know what I'm saying? That really, that 11 million is probably closer to about 7, maybe. So I'm just like, nah, man, the Lakers, it's not as glamorous as a job as it used to be. And then here's the thing that I'm concerned. The concern that I have is so much is that, well, now the head coach for the Lakers ain't as big of a job. I mean, as big of a deal as I think. And I'm just wondering, like, outside of LeBron and LeBron getting and recruiting AD to come there, like, is playing for the Lakers like that big of a deal? Like, is it the apex of NBA anymore? Like, I don't think it is, though, bro.
No. I mean, now people would rather play for New York.
Well, I don't know, because no. Thibodeau was voted for the second year straight as the coach that players would least like to play for.
No. I understand that much, but I'm saying as far as the
The
prestige,
platform.
right?
Yeah,
Because New York, let's just call it what it is. Had them boys not been hurt, I think they would have beat the Pacers. So
I think so. I don't think they would have beat the Celtics.
no. I don't think they would have beat the Celtics, but you're still losing in the semifinals or the in the fight in the Eastern Conference Finals versus losing before that. So that's still. But you look at the Lakers, like they were healthy and they didn't get far. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. And now it's an unknown.
Here's what I think, bro. I think that the Lakers being the apex, like people used to say, "Oh, the NBA is better when the Lakers are good," and I always hated when they said that, right? Because the reality is this, though, right? Like you and I aren't Lakers fans per se. I'm a LeBron fan, right? And I think that small market teams over the last little while they've been bubbling, and they're there, right? So I think that you look at it when we lost. When I say we, I mean the Thunder because my boy Lou Dort. But last Russ. And that was the last remnants of those years, the KD Rush years. And it took them a couple of years to rebound from that, right? But there was brick by brick by brick, and now they're there, right? And I think that the Timberwolves, they're there with Anthony Edwards. And then the Grizzlies, they're there with Ja Morant. The Pelicans, they can be there with Zion if he stays healthy for the whole entire time. These are all the small market teams where they've been trashed. They've got that generational player that's put them on. And now, because of those max contracts, you can't turn down that kind of money to stay. And I think that now that's to me made the last 10 years or so, where it's like these small market teams now have the players to where I don't think that playing for the Knicks or the Lakers are as big of a lure. Like it's not like I don't think that you can go to the Lakers or to the Knicks and your brand as a player becomes any bigger. Like it's not like to me it's not like playing for the Dallas Cowboys, right? Like respectfully, I don't think that Dak Prescott can put up the same kind of statistics that he puts up and then do that for the Jets or do that for Denver and have the same prestige, celebrity endorsements that he has in Dallas. I don't look at playing for the Lakers as playing for the Dallas Cowboys, all right? But I think a lot of that also has to do with the fact that the incentive to once you've lost and now you got your generational player. Well, now as long as that generational player stays with that franchise, you're incentivized to want to go to them. So the Spurs, right? People are going to want to play with Wemby, though, right? Like what I'm saying, like Paolo. People, I think that in the next 4 or 5 years, and you see what Orlando is, I think that you'll want to play with them though, bro. And so I just don't think that they're what they used to be though, man. I just don't.
No, they're not what they used to be, but I'm just saying it's still the name. Like it is just like you said with the Cowboys, it's still the Cowboys. So, you know what I'm saying? You still got those powerhouse teams that just has a name that but the coaching decision right now is not showing that they are because I mean I think they done burn that bridge with JJ Redick. They gonna almost have to double whatever they was trying to pay him. So
Yeah. Hey, I gotta ask you then. Catlin Clark left off of the USA team though, bro.
mhm.
Everybody make it seem like it's the worst thing ever though, bro. What you think?
um I'm gonna say this. Optics wise, it is a mistake, right? When you have the poster child for the WNBA, you have the opportunity to have this young woman to be a vital face for women's basketball for Team USA. But at the same token, she has no experience. She is a rookie. There are a lot of other talented females that are playing for the WNBA. So you have to respect the individuals that made the team. I think that they have a legacy to live up to, and if their criteria was experience, then I have to go with what they said. I still think, like I said, from an optics perspective, having one of the biggest names in that sport left off, it wasn't like she would have to have played long minutes or big minutes, but to at least have her uh, in the space, I think that it would have been a great idea to include her on the team. It would almost be like, you know what I'm saying, if Wemby was to go out for the USA men's team and he wasn't, now granted, I get it, he plays for France, but I'm just saying the top tier rookie for the United States not playing for the United States team, I just think would have been a big miss. So the fact that you have Caitlin Clark uh with the opportunity to be another big face to bring more attention to women's basketball, I think would have been a plus. Uh, but I understand their criteria of them saying that she just didn't have enough experience that they wanted to include her and leave off somebody else.
Yeah, see, I think that I feel it. And that listen, I get that they're saying, listen, when you playing internationally, the game is more physical, and you out here getting roughed up by these other girls out here. Get it? I think that for the most part, the experience I appreciate is that they got a lot of teammates, right? They got somebody who's there because you don't have very many practices, right? So being familiar with your teammates, big deal. The thing that I'm blown away by is this. So I see it both ways. So I can't really call it one way or the other. I think that is she better than any of these 12 girls right now? I don't think so. But I think that there are, if we're being real, she's probably not even top 20 right now, right? In terms of the best, because there are some girls who can ball that are not that you got a small roster. There are girls who are ball that ain't there that didn't make the roster that just nah. Is she the most popular? Yeah. So but if your goal, right, because the USA team is separate from the USA basketball team. I mean, in WNBA USA, they're separate things. I can totally understand why they say, listen, now our goal is just to go get this dub. Let's go get this. That's somebody else's thing to grow basketball and to do this, that, and the other. If the goal is just to get the dub, then just give me the best players. And they may not be the most popular. That's what I think. However, she's a shooter. And when could you ever have enough shooting? I just don't know how you justify having her on and not also including maybe three other girls, right? That I know for sure are hoopers that are better than her. So from that regards, though, man, I'm not mad. I do think, now I'm not gonna lie. They played they played the women's games at weird times, the same way they played the men's games at weird times, right? I would be more inclined to want to see what she do and watch it more than I would any other way, though, right? So I don't know, man. I see it. I see what they're saying, but I'm not so mad. I think that is a missed opportunity, though.
Yeah, I don't think it's a snub by any means, but I definitely think from the popularity standpoint. But again, different purpose, different game, so I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me ask you this though. I saw something completely switching topics here though.
yeah,
Did you see that Howard University gave back Diddy the $1 million that he donated to them and rescinded his honorary degree?
thought it was dumb. Not the degree, the degree part I thought was dumb. I mean, not dumb. That's fine. You don't want him associated with your university, but the
Yep.
money he donated, that money is for students, and I'm just like, who cares? You could have renamed the scholarship,
Mhm.
um, and then gave it out, but to, you know what I'm saying, to not just have his name attached to it. Like at the same time, he gave that money up. It's for a good cause. I don't say take away the money, but the scholarship, I have no issue with that.
I think what's funny to me about it is that I've seen some videos of Howard, and they talk about how poorly run the facilities are, right? So it's like, but y'all look like y'all can use every dime possible. So, but listen, let me tell you this. Oh my gosh, let me tell you something that's wild. And this is part of the whole no Diddy thing, bro. I think that I may have went into the Hall of Fame, pause worthy sayings ever. And somebody said, whoa, no Diddy to me the other day, though, bro. And listen, I was trying to fight through it and I couldn't, bro. So I was playing basketball the other day. And this dude, we're outside playing, this dude drives to the hole. He pump fakes and I'm guarding. This young guy guarding music pretty hard and everything. So he goes through, he pump fakes, and he went past me. He thought that I just gave up. So I went to go and try to block him from behind. So when I went and tried to block him on the backside, instead he went up for the shot and I fouled him. And I was like, oh, my bad, bro. Said, I thought you was gonna keep going. I didn't think you was gonna see me coming on your backside. He was like, wait, what? I said, yeah, and I was coming. I was still playing you hard. So I was gonna come on your backside, block it. And so everybody just stops and like, now you can't just be saying that said, and I'm just sitting trying to play through it. Like, well, I don't know what y'all talking about. I said, y'all just mad. Y'all ain't never had nobody in no put that hard D on y'all before. So I said, I'm like, that hard D, them putting the hard D, man. I try to come on the backside. They was like, dog, just stop trying to explain it though, bro. You making it worse. And I died laughing because now the next day I can laugh at it hard though, bro. Trying to explain it though, man. They was just nah, bro. You making it way worse though, bro. So yeah,
Yeah, that when you boy tried to fight through it, it just made it
I
worse.
was trying to fight through it though, bro. And they said, nah, you Hall of Fame worthy. That's one of the worst ever though, bro. No
No
Diddy.
did.
Yeah, man.
Uh man, there's not really much going on right now
Yeah.
worthy
I'm
of.
about to ask you what you got going on for the week?
Man, I am singing at our uh Juneteenth celebration tomorrow at work. We're doing it this week because, of course, we're off for Juneteenth, and Wednesday is typically the day most people come to the center. So, and it's cool because I'm not like doing a national anthem or the Black national anthem. I'm actually doing a song. So I'm real excited about that to have the opportunity to just sing a real song, you know what I'm saying? And not just be like, oh, we national anthem, let's get them on. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm real hyped about that. So yeah. What about you?
Yeah. So let me tell you what's funny though, bro. So I think the last time we got on, probably 2 weeks ago, I was saying that we were talking about Cardi B, right? And Cardi
Mhm.
B saying, all right, she on the clock because we were gonna why isn't she putting these things out? And I think that one of the things that's been different, and this is one of the things that you and I have struggled with, not probably not to the extent that she has, because of her scale, but it's just trying to look at the climate of music and releasing music, and especially bigger projects and everything, right? So now I've been in the process of where I got 3 songs that I think are all the way official. And actually, I got one more song that I know for sure that I'm working on now, that I think is a banger. So I got 4 songs that are bangers. And I'm almost getting nervous about trying to release it. It's almost like I'm getting nervous because it's like part of me not putting them out is I get to keep them for myself and I don't got to worry about just putting them out there and now they're out in perpetuity and you just don't know that it's gone. And so it's like it's weird because every time we put out singles, we think this gonna be the one. We out of here with this one, right? And I feel like on these 4 to 5 songs, 3 of them, 3, I think out of there, right? At least these 3. The other 4th one is just one that I think is just good content, right? And so I'm sitting here thinking like, yo, you know what, man? If I put this out and it don't take off like I did, I'm back in the same circle, the Cardi B and the Nickies, where you trying to find that song though, bro, and you thought that all these were, and I laughed at myself because I thought about that last night though, man. I was trying to make some final tweaks, and I was like, I'm trying to make sure it's absolutely perfect. But if this mug don't take off, I'm thinking like this. This is the 3 of these are the retirement songs. They get us out of there, bro. Get us out of here. So that's what I'm working on, man. I'm trying to tighten them up. But if I can record this other one, it's definitely one of those. And I've got some great feedback on the song so far, playing some snippets and giving some previews of it. So yeah, man, that's what I'm doing this weekend. I'm trying to finalize this last one. And if I can just get the one, then I'll be straight for the whole summer though, bro.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah. July 13th, we are having our show out here. It's gonna be the boy Chris Top hosting, my boy David Walker on the 1s and 2s, and then there's a headliner comedian named Dickerson. And then of course I will be performing. I'll be the R&B element to the show. It's gonna be R&B and comedy. I'm super excited about it. We are still finalizing details, but the tickets are available. There is a code to get discounts off the ticket, so if people want that, they can hit me up. But super excited about the show because I'm, me and Chris go back to the Air Force days and just walking. I remember when we graduated basic training and we were walking to the BX and I was telling him about how I did music. And he was just telling me about his life. So to see where we are today, some 20 years later, and now we about to headline our own show in my city. So I just think that's super dope.
I'm trying my best to get out there for that one, though, man. I will be mad at myself for a long time if I miss that one, though, bro.
Yes, I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, look, man, let's get on out of here, bro. We ain't got nothing else to talk about.
Peace, peoples.
Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast.
Can you dig it, nigga? Stuck up.